Okay, friends, finding that comfortable seat on your bolster, on your blankets, pillows, towels, couch cushions, whatever you have. You don't need to have all the fancy things, but if you do, don't forget I'm doing a series like every Tuesday. It's like Tuesday tutorial tip, and I'm doing it all on props. So I did one this last week on bolsters. I'm gonna do another one on blocks, on blankets, on straps, and then sandbags. So I'm gonna do every single one of them, and there's gonna be some that's gonna overlap where I'm gonna use a few props. So just different ways to use them. All right, friends, so sitting up nice and tall, ground down into your sitting bones. Allow the crown of your head to reach towards the sky, and then relax your shoulders back and down away from your ears, keeping the heart open, keeping the chest open, keeping the spine nice and straight. And then just gently rock forward, rock back until you find center where it feels like the shoulders are over your hips. And there's this nice line of energy all the way down from your tailbone, all the way through the hips, through the low back, up through the side body. Everything is feeling nice and stacked, and you can breathe. So this is where we get to notice our breath. And let those palms rest gently on top of your knees, or maybe palms facing up. So turn those palms up if you are in receiving mode, if you are ready for the blessings from the universe, whatever is coming your way. Right? If our hands are open, that means we are ready. We are ready to receive. And if the thoughts just keep hopping from thought to thought like lily pads, like a frog jumping from lily pads, instead of the monkey mind, we'll do the frog mind. Jumping from lily pad to lily pad, then place those palms face down. And then notice the tension in your face. Can you soften through your eyes? Maybe even allow them to close from top to bottom. Can you soften your cheeks, your jaw, your throat? Take a little swallow and allow whatever saliva that is in your mouth to go down the throat, down the esophagus. And breathing here. Just slow, smooth, even breath in and out through your nose. Set an intention here for your practice. Or again, maybe it's setting intentions for the new moon. We are still in that new moon energy. So plant those seeds and watch it manifest. Slow, smooth breath in. A slight pause at the top. Slow, smooth breath out. And if you closed your eyes, gently begin to blink them open. Come back to this space. I'm going to take our thumbs and just gently place them in the hinge part of the jaw and just little circles in one direction. And this is something I would do if I woke up with like a tension headache, like if I had a lot of stress as a school teacher, which happened frequently. This was something I would do in the morning. I would just kind of take my thumbs there because I was obviously clenching my teeth all night from the stress. And also something else I'm understanding, or maybe you've been hearing about it lately too, is that if you are teeth grinding at night, it's possibly due to parasites. So look into that. It's really interesting stuff. I just ordered something like to do a parasite cleanse, even though I do eat pumpkin seeds frequently, which are really good for parasites. And then don't forget, go the other way, little circles. Other way, little circles. I'm just dropping some holistic nutrition advice too as I'm we're doing some yoga too, because I want to share my knowledge, right? It doesn't help me if I just hold on to all of this. I don't share it with anybody. So parasite cleanse for teeth grinding at night. Good. Just loosen it up. You could feel it. They're like almost like tight rubber bands, right? So see if we can just loosen them up a little bit. Good. All right. And just gently bring your hands down. And let's maybe do a little more jaw work. This is a good one. If we are experiencing a lot of like tension in the shoulders, the neck, the head, it's good to concentrate on this area and do some things to relax a little bit. All right. So for the jaw, let's just take the jaw side to side. Good. Notice if there's any pain or discomfort. Just again, observe. That is our job right now. We're just observing. No judgment. Okay. And then can you bring your lower jaw forward? Right? So don't do anything to your neck. Keep your head and neck nice and neutral. But can you bring your lower jaw forward? And then bring it back. I watch another instructor on here when I can catch her. I think it's Georgina. She does face yoga. And she has recorded face yoga stuff too, like to listen for audio. Excellent stuff. Somebody else does it too. I love it. Yeah, she's fantastic. I can't remember where she's out of. If she's in Canada, she might even be in Europe. I could be totally wrong. But I usually catch her like 9 or 10 in the morning. Yeah. Anybody else follow along with her? She's great. I forget her last name, but she's in my search. All right. Bring that jaw back to center. And then again, if you want to take little circles on the face, at the jaw, at the hinge, rub forward and back. All right. I just want to kind of go down the body because I know we requested some neck and shoulders. So let's do some of that. All right. So let's getting into the neck. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Just a nice little side neck shoulder stretch. So good. Drop right ear towards right shoulder. Breathe in through the left side. And they give you some arm variations to work with tonight. Something a little different if that works for you. You can take this right arm and wrap it behind your back, and then maybe you grab the inside, the inside of your left arm, like the elbow, and see how that feels. This is just a choice. This is one choice. Good. Breathing here. If this doesn't work for you, take that left arm out to the side, hover the fingertips. Keep reaching those fingers away, fingertips away from the shoulder, but towards the floor. I'm feeling that nice, gentle stretch, gentle pull over the top of the shoulder, but through the neck. Good. And then if you want to add a little bit more, take that right arm around the head. Adds a little extra weight. Breathe here. Whichever variation you took, 2 more breaths. Just feel that separation. It doesn't feel so crunchy anymore. Good. Carefully release your hands, bring them back. Inhale, float the head up. Exhale and inhale, turn your head side to side. Do it very slowly. No rush. Good. Okay, other side. Take an inhale. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Again, left arm maybe reaches behind you, grabs the inner right arm at the elbow, and you can stay here. And if you want to switch the crossing of your shins, you can do that too. If we've been here, for a few minutes, maybe it might feel nice to switch the crossing. And then you can stay here or maybe release that right fingertips towards the earth. Reach, reach, reach. Keep dropping left ear, left shoulder, and then maybe left arm comes up and around. But find your pose for tonight. Find what works best. It could be different from side to side. No judgment, just observing and noticing. We're being objective. Good. Again, keep that slack in your jaw. Try not to go back to clenching the teeth. 2 more breaths. Oh, so good. Good. Carefully bring the hands back down. Inhale, float your head up. Gently turn your head side to side. A little half circle, shoulder to shoulder. Good. Bring your head back to center, back to neutral. All right, it's just kind of going down. Neck, we did some of that. We can definitely get into the shoulders. But let's come off of the bolster. Let's come to hands and knees. Let's do a couple cats and cows just to get in some dynamic movement. You know, even though this is yin and we are doing holds, it is nice to create some movement in the body if we feel a little stagnant and stuck, right? We still want to move some things. So bring those wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Press through the fingertips, but spread the fingers out nice and wide so you feel like you have a firm grip on your mat. And then when you're ready, go ahead, lift the sitting bones, drop the belly, lift your gaze, but reach those shoulders back towards your hips. Keep opening up across your collarbones. And then push your hands into the floor. Dome your spine, look in between your knees. Let the head go. Maybe shake the head a little bit. Maybe nod the head a little bit. Keep a soft bend in your elbows. And then when you're ready, come back into your cow. Exhale into your cat. Keep moving with your breath. 2 to 3 more rounds of cat and cow. All right. Coming back to a neutral spine. Good. All right, getting into the shoulders a little bit. Let's come down to a child's pose, but we are going to use some blocks. So bring those blocks along with you, getting into the shoulders. Now, if you need other props, maybe you're taking a blanket underneath your sitting bones to give you a little elevation, just so that you have something to support you. I don't want you to come into the shape and your hips are lifted off. I want them to be planted as much as possible. So if you need to build up to get that contact, add blankets, add 1, add 2, add a towel. Maybe it's a bolster. Maybe you have a thinner bolster. Maybe you have like a pillow you can use, like a little couch pillow or something. But please have the hips supported by something. And then we're going to bring the blocks or a bolster. You can use a bolster too. And bring the elbows on top of the blocks. Bring the forehead to the earth. Palms stay in that Anjali Mudra, right? We're going to hang here for 2 minutes. So this might start to feel spicy in the shoulders, but know that that is the target area. That is literally what we're going for here. So as you're ready, come down into it. If the forehead doesn't touch all the way down, again, maybe you find a thin blanket or a thin something, towel to put underneath the forehead to support. We will be here for 2 minutes. Continuing to breathe those nice, full, even breaths. Again, bringing your attention and your awareness back to your jaw. So maybe this will be like our point of reference for each shape. I want you to come back to the clenching of the jaw and just notice if it's just happens. And if when it does happen, just relax the jaw. Just bring that awareness back to your body and go, oh, I'm doing it again. Let me see if I can soften a little bit. All right, carefully begin to walk your hands back to your blocks, to the floor. Slowly inhale, come out of your child's pose. And if you need to come out, because we were there for 2 minutes, maybe take one leg at a time and just gently press through the heel, straightening the leg. And then switch sides as you're ready. Good. Good for the shoulders. We're going to do something else for the mid-back because, again, it's another tough place to kind of get into. We have a lot of inflexibility, right, in this mid-back area. So one of my favorite ones to do for this is puppy dog. So we can definitely use the blocks again if that's what you need. The knees, if they need support, find a blanket, towels, something underneath them. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. So standing on the knees, I'm going to come down to hands and knees. Walk the hands forward, walk the hands forward. This is where you might keep the hands on the blocks or the hands can come to the floor. But it's going to depend on your flexibility, what feels right. We're keeping the hips stacked over the knees. So try not to bring the hips back like child's pose, like where we were. We want to keep them stacked. And then bring the forehead down. Walk the hands a little bit wider if you need to, right? If the shoulders need more space, because keeping the hands shoulder distance just might be too narrow. So if you need more space, walk them out. It's okay. This is your body, your practice. Do what you need for your body to get the most out of the shape. And then come down, forehead to floor. Breathing here. Working to drop the heart towards the ground. We call this heart melting pose, Anahastasana, or puppy dog. Betty Leg does this every day. Keep breathing. Keep taking those full inhales. Emptying it all out on the exhale. Slowly begin to inhale, lift the head, walk your hands back. Oh, so good, you guys. All right, how are we feeling? If you want some movement, feel free to take some movement. Maybe it's cats and cows again. Maybe it's kind of doing my favorite peanut butter jar move. Like you're just like, let me see, like you're jump roping your spine. That's like the best way I can describe this move. Like just jump roping your spine. Good, and then go the other way. I see a comment that popped up. I'm going to come over and take a peek right now, my friends. How are we doing? Okay? Feeling all right? All right, we got some shoulder, neck, jaw, mid back. Looks like we got our low back. And we have, yep, back pain, sciatica. Okay, my friends. And we can do another nice little soft, gentle child's pose in a little bit too. I'm not objecting to doing that again. Puppy dog. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lauren. I wish I would have saw this before. Puppy dog is hard for me. Anything alternate to do? Yeah, sure. You could do something like this, like a puppy dog against the wall. So, or even like a down dog at the wall, where you take your hands and take your hands at your hips. I'm just going to pretend I'm standing at a wall in front of me. Okay. So pretending I'm standing at the wall and my legs are straight. I'm trying to like get my whole body in the frame so you can understand. So I'm standing at the wall. I'm going to take my hands to my hips, take my hands to the wall, pretend this is the wall in front of me where my hands are. And I'm going to walk myself back, walk myself back, walk myself back, walk myself back. I'm going to come into that shape with my hands on the wall. And that would be a good one. I think that would be really helpful. So that's an alternate choice if doing puppy dog does not work for you. I love that one. Really nice. And it's just different, you know, but I want to make it accessible to people if they can't do that one. Got it. Awesome. Love it, Lauren. Beautiful. Okay, friends, how are we feeling? Anybody as relaxed as this one over here? Don't worry, Betty. Just, you're fine. Okay. So let us do some little back pain stuff. Let's get into the legs too. I feel like it's been a while since we've done legs. We haven't done much legs today. So let's take the legs out wide. Not too wide, but wide enough. Find a block. I'm going to get into the low back. We're going to do some side bending here. So bring props. If you don't have props, you can always use your leg. Take that forearm on top of the leg or take the forearm on the block, on the outside, the inside, depending, right? How far apart your legs are. Okay, relax the feet, relax the legs. This isn't about, pressing down and lifting, pressing through the heels and lifting the toes. No, I want the legs to be relaxed because we're focusing right now on the low back and the side bodies, right? Maybe a little bit with the shoulders, depending on what we do. We're not going to be here for super long. These are all kind of like short holds tonight because they're two-sided, some of them. But this is a really nice one for the low back. So use the support wherever you need it. Forearm on top. You can also take a bolster on top of the leg too. Lots of choices. Use what you have. We're just going to like lean over, but ground down through the opposite hip. We don't want to lift up. We want to ground down through both sides. We're nice and heavy and even. And then this top arm can come towards the head, or maybe it drapes behind your low back. Good. And just a side bend here. Breathing. Just think about these tiny muscles, right? All the soft tissue that we have on both sides, right? We're just stretching one side. So when we come to our yin practice, it's about stress. We're adding some stress to the soft tissues to strengthen them. We're not worrying so much about the muscles. That's why this is a yin practice. All the active ones are yang, masculine, heated, daytime, sun, right? Those are like high energy. Yin is softer, going inward, moon, nighttime, darkness, winter, fall. This is why yin is a great practice to have during the summer as well, because it's cooling to the body, especially if you're into the Ayurveda and the Vata Pitta and Vata Pitta. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the other one? Kapha, right? All of the three energies, right? Of what you are, what we are, or what we're, our constitutions, yeah? So good stuff, everybody. This bottom arm can also come up to hold your head too. Sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier. Again, our focal point, our cornerstone of each pose, the jaw. Come back to the jaw. Good, I talked our 2 minutes of that. So slowly come up. If you need to make any adjustments, maybe a little lean back, right? See how you feel. And then bring your block over to the opposite side. And we'll go to the other side as you're ready. Sorry, excuse me. Forearm down on the outside or the inside, again, depending on how far apart the legs are, what feels comfortable. Take that top arm up and over. Bottom hand can also kind of cradle the head, but feel heavy on the side you are leaning away from. The tendency is the hip wants to come up, it wants to compensate, but can you ground down? Keep that awareness there. Maybe even take this hand and bring it to the hip to remind you, right? Body needs hints sometimes, and that's okay. The shoulder feels healthy. Maybe you take the arm overhead. Take the hand behind the head. Breathe here. Opening up through the side waist. Oh, you're a good baby girl. Did you get tuckered out today at the dog park? Yeah. Betty went into the big dog park today. We had a dog play date. So the other dog was big. We had to go to the big dog park. Betty gave some attitude today. It's okay. Yes, a good girl. You told those big dogs what's up. You're like, don't mess with me. I a little baby girl. Again, checking in with the jaw. Are we holding that tension there? Can we let it go? Exhale it out. Release, let it go. The body keeps the score, right? So we got to let it go. The body is holding on to emotions, past experiences. Again, this is why this practice is so healing. All right, slowly make your way back to center. Inhale. All right, friends. Let's do a little bit more for our low back and our shoulders and our head. So we're going to come into Sphinx. I love this shape. It's so good for so many things. And you know me, I like to target a few areas at the same time. So carefully come to your belly. If you want more sensation, then you can grab some blankets or a bolster, place them under your elbows to give more of a lift, right? So you're putting your back into a deeper back bend. Only do that if that feels comfortable and safe, okay? If it's not something you normally do and you want to try it out, maybe try it out a little bit towards the end of the hold. We're going to be here for 4 minutes. This will be our longer hold tonight. So find that comfortable position, elbows slightly in front of your shoulders. Feet can be hip width apart, mat width apart, or they can be together. But bring them together if the low back feels okay. If it feels a little tender and it's a little crunchy feeling, then take the feet wide. Okay, give your body some space for sure. All right, friends, and then let's find our Sphinx. Let the heart sink, kind of the same way we were doing in Puppy Dog, letting the heart just gradually come towards the floor. And then you can decide dropping your head back, maybe opening up the front of the throat, getting a nice throat stretch, or maybe neutral, or maybe chin tucks in towards chest. But again, find your jaw, notice what's happening, notice the tension or lack of tension in the jaw. And breathe here. Vegas is starting to get a little rowdy right now. Just letting you know. The temperatures are heating up. People are doing wild things out there. So, apologies ahead of time for the sirens. And plus, I live by the convention center, and the convention center is very busy. So, again, apologies. Again, noticing your jaw, relaxing any kind of tension there. Even let your tongue rest in the palate. Try not to press the tongue against the roof of your mouth. And see how that changes the posture or your breathing, even. We're just gently allowing gravity to do the work here. So breathing. Now we have about 50 seconds left in the posture. If you want to take it into seal, feel free to place the hands firmly into the ground and then lift the elbows up off the floor. Try to soften through the low back. Try to soften through the glutes. Breathing here. So we're putting a little extra tension, a little extra compression on your low back here. This will help to strengthen. Don't worry, I have not forgot about our swan too. We're definitely going to do that. Yeah, we'll do that right after. Good. All right, my friends, slowly allow your upper body to come down to the floor. Make a pillow with your hands and just pause here for a moment. Take a few breaths to breathe into your low back. Just notice your back body pushing away from the floor and making space, and gently releasing. Good. And as you're ready, walk your hands underneath your shoulders, curl the toes under, press yourself up to all fours. So maybe you do like a little child's pose, or maybe you come to hands and knees and do some cats and cows. We are going to come into our sleeping swan or pigeon. So however you like to get into that shape, whether you like to come in from downward facing dog, or if you can do it from all fours, totally up to you. And I saw a little comment pop through. I'm just going to come over. Hi, Pauline. Aren't our footballers in Vegas at the moment? Ooh, good question. I have no idea. You know, Pauline, there's a lot that goes on in this town, like on a daily basis. I have no clue. I don't even keep up. I think there's a Golden Knights game. I don't know. But You mean, is it like rugby? I don't know, Pauline. Football? Like football? Football's in the off season right now, right? Like we just had our Super Bowl in America. So like we're what are we gearing up? Well, we're in hockey season right now, and we are in basketball season for sure. Baseball season, not yet, soon. Okay, I'm gonna bring my left knee up first and then extend my right leg. Now, if for some reason pigeon, swan doesn't work for you, then I want you to come to your back and you're gonna do the figure 4 on your back. All right, so this just brings a different, same thing, same idea, but just different orientation, right, to support your body. Okay, so you find the appropriate stretch for you tonight. And again, not super long holds. I think the Sphinx was going to be the longest one tonight. The rest are just kind of 2 minutes. So 2 minutes here on this side. Feel free to stay upright if that works better for you. If you feel like you need something underneath your hips, slide a blanket or a bolster or a pillow. And then whenever you're ready, you can walk your elbows down and hold here. Nice, really good hip flexor stretch here. So nice for that right leg that's extended. That feels so good. And then, of course, you're getting into the left hip, the piriformis. So helpful if we're struggling with sciatica. And then if it feels super comfortable, maybe bring the forehead all the way down. Just be mindful of that knee and you're not putting any additional pressure to cause any pain. Breathing here. All right, my friends, that was 2 minutes on the first side. Walk your hands back, slowly make your way up. Let's switch the legs out. Oh yeah, and be mindful of that rebound effect. I can feel that those soft tissues and they're kind of like go like, whoa, whoa, we just got stretched. What is that feeling? Yes, my friends, that is the rebound effect. Rugby. Okay, I had a feeling, and I feel like this is new. Is it new, Pauline? Because I saw a billboard like 2 weeks ago, and I asked my ex-husband because he's in the like the online gaming industry for DraftKings. And so I asked him, I'm like, what's this whole rugby thing? He's like, what? Because he used to play rugby. So I'm like, you should know about this. What the heck, man? Ugh, oh, well. Not professional. No, not professional. No. He played rugby in college. So anyway, okay. Right knee is going to come forward. Again, if you did it on your back, if you did figure 4 on your back, opposite side now, right? Okay. Now, each side's going to feel a little bit different. Oh, I guess I'm going to suffer. I'm not going to move her. I need a blanket, but I can't move her. She's so comfy. I'd be upset too. So I'm going to leave her. I'll suffer. No, I'm going to use a block. I'm going to find a block. I'm going to place it underneath my hip because that's what I need on this side. Different. And this is being mindful and respectful of your body and where it is today, right? How we show up. Okay. The timer has started. Breathing here. Maybe use the prop for a little while and see how it feels. And then maybe You gradually move the prop, right? It's scaffolding. What does scaffolding do? It supports. So that's what the props are. I want you to think about it that way. They help to support you in the shape. The same way scaffolding helps, right? People that are using scaffolding. Okay, you can walk your hands down, come to your elbows. Maybe bring the forehead down. And keep breathing. Keep coming back to your jaw area. Okay, are we clenching or have we released the tension in the jaw? Soften the tongue too. All right, friends, slowly. Hands come under shoulders. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Step back into your down dog or all fours, or gently swing that knee forward. Good. All right, friends. We've made it to that part of the practice where we are going to do our twist. Use whatever props you need. I'm going to give you the 3 choices I normally do. Single leg or both knees to the same side, or maybe you're going to take that twisted roots. So you're winding the legs up twice, like eagle legs, like if you were standing, but only it's a twist. And that's a super deep one, really nice. Use support when you bring the knees over if the knees don't come all the way to the floor. So have a block, bolster, or a folded blanket. So as you're ready, come to your back and just gently hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a little rock side to side. Starting to stay lighter longer, so it's kind of nice. Summer is coming. All right, friends, I'm going to stick with a single leg twist today. So I'm going to extend my right leg straight and gently guide my left knee across my body. And as I do that, I'm going to bring my left arm out to the side. And you can keep looking towards the sky or over to the extended arm. Oh, hi, mama. Now you want to get up. Hello. Did you have a nice nap? You just going to stare at me? Hi, baby girl. Good. Breathing here. Let's take 2 more breaths. Good. Exhale. Slowly roll to your back. And hug those knees in. Whichever shape you took, whether you took single or double leg or twisted roots, just rock a little bit back and forth. Maybe take the knees in a circle in one direction. Good. And then go the other way. Reverse those little knee circles. A little massage for your low back. Feels really good. Good. And as you're ready, extend your left leg or whatever knee, whichever leg you didn't do last. And carefully guide the opposite knee across your body. Cactus out the arm if you need to. Straight arm. And then find your gaze towards the same direction as your knee, towards the sky, or turning away. Hi. What's up, pup? What do you need? I'm just gonna stare at me some more. Okay, cool. Breathing. 2 more breaths. Slowly roll to your back for the last time. Hug those knees in. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Take it into a happy baby. Stacking those ankles over your knees. Let the knees drop in towards your elbows, towards your armpits. And then maybe rock a little side to side. So rock that happy baby. And when you're ready, find your way to your Shavasana. Maybe it's a bolster underneath the knees. I definitely encourage a bolster or some blankets or pillows underneath the knees if the low back is a little cranky, or if you just tend to have low back stuff happening. Support the knees, right? This will make it easier to be on your back. So I highly encourage bolster or something underneath the knees. Arms could be alongside you, or maybe you bring the hands to the belly. Just some nice breaths here. Make sure you're on the flat part of your skull, so rock your head side to side. Keeping that natural curve in your neck, the cervical spine. And then bring your head to stillness. Again, notice your facial features. Soften through the forehead, the eyes, your nose, your jaw, your throat. Coming back to your intentions. You set some for the new moon, or just for your day or weekend. Be still and just breathe. All right, my friends, begin to deepen your inhales. Bring some movement to your fingers and to your toes, extending that movement to your ankles and to your wrists. Little circles in one direction. And then reverse. Good. Inhale, slowly reach the arms overhead, full body stretch. And carefully bend one knee at a time. Roll over to one side and just pause there for a moment. There's no rush to get up. You don't need to pop right up. Right, we're just in a nice restful mode, nice relaxing position. So when you're ready, I invite you to join me in a comfortable seat to close our practice. Thank you, friends, very much for the donations. Your donations allow me, right, to stay on this platform and teach. Without your donations, it would be really difficult to sacrifice my time. So I appreciate whatever you can pay. So pay what you can, and I obviously greatly appreciate that. And everyone else appreciates that too. Your donation like sustains the whole like practice for everybody that shows up tonight, you know? So I appreciate it and everybody else appreciates it because I understand like not everybody's in the position to pay what you can, you know, and you can't kick people off this beautiful platform. It's a beautiful platform that I am so grateful for. I've been teaching on Insight Timer since December of 2020, and it's just been a part of my life for the last 4 years, you know, and it's like I protect this time, this Friday night class. Like I told my boss, like whenever she hired me and like put me in different locations, I was like, you got to let me be free on Friday. Like I can work in the morning time, but I'm done at 3, so I can go home and teach. And she's been so good to me almost, you know, like over like 2 years now. Like, yeah, 2 years. Yeah. It'll be 2 years in April. And she's always been so good to me and, you know, allows me to protect this time. So I really hope to continue to teach Insight Timer, you know, Friday night yin classes because it's my favorite. It's like so good. And I love that we can do this together. And I love everything that you bring to practice, what you're looking for, what you're asking for, because that helps me to design the class for you, right? Like for you, not for me, for you. Okay, friends. All right. So again, tomorrow, self-care workshop. If you missed it in January, join me again tomorrow. It's 90 minutes. I'm not recording it, so you need to come. It's just 90 minutes from 10 o'clock till 11:30. Bring a journal. We're gonna journal. We're gonna meditate. We are going to breathe, and we're going to do some yoga postures, and we're just gonna have some nice little dialogue. This practice is open for beginners, for men, for women, anybody who's looking to incorporate more self-care into their life. I love self-care. I'm all about it. So please join. And then May will be the trauma sensitive yoga for sexual abuse survivors. That will be on Saturdays also at 10 a.m. for about 45 to an hour, depending. And that's a 5-week class. And each class is going to kind of build on a theme, you know, so keep coming. And if you miss it, it's okay. You're not going to miss a whole lot, just accept the conversation. But please put it on your calendar. I haven't put it into Insight Timer, but just know it's coming. And feel free to pop over to my website, which is connected here, and you can get my newsletter. I need to send that out tomorrow. So a good reminder for me. I'm like, I have it ready to go. I need to send it. Okay, let's close the practice. On your inhale, my friends, reach the arms up and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bringing down all of that beautiful divine energy to your heart centers. And that divine universal energy vibrates as the frequency of love through which you and I and all sentient beings are connected on this planet. The light in me salutes and honors the light in all of you, my friends. Namaste. Thank you so much. And let's do it again next Friday. I'm going to put all my March classes in there too for this month, this weekend. I have lots of things to do this weekend, apparently. So I'll put all my March classes in, definitely the Fridays. Don't forget, I also am doing the spring equinox chakra balancing that I do every quarter. So every season change usually happens on a Friday. We'll do the yin chakra balancing one. So I've been doing that one for years too. Love that practice. Okay, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And again, thank you so much for joining. Oh goodness, let me go back and look at this. Okay. Oh, thank you, Laura. Julie, thank you. Danielle, thank you. Patricia, good. Very, very, very good. Yes, yes, Laura. It will everything that I'm talking about so far. So like the self-care workshop is on Insight Timer, and then the trauma sensitive yoga practice that we'll have in May, it will be on Insight Timer. Absolutely. So I just have to put it in there. I already have the description. I just got to take the 5 minutes and plug it in. Okay, friends, have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy the rest of your evening, relaxing, or the rest of your day. But don't forget to drink your water, and I will see you next time. Okay, friends, take care.